effortless tone to your voice. I mean, when we hear you, we would never think you're 21 years old. When did you realize that your voice was on the special side?
You know, it's growing up, I always had a raspy voice. My mom has a very raspy voice too. I don't know what it is. It's just, it ran in the family. And, you know, I started realizing I could sing when I was like 13, 14. I originally started the same way, like almost a rapper would rap. I would freestyle sing. I would just make up words as I would go, and I'd create the story as I went along. So I guess that's really when I started. And I was in the Bahamas at that point. I spent a lot of time growing up in the Bahamas, so I started singing reggae music and developed into what you hear today.
Amen, I've learned my lesson. Got a good girl, count your blessings. Instead of spending them up on sex, and good girls don't grow on trees.
Growing up in Miami, number one, is a huge thing. Melting pot of culture, it's always sunny, very positive. When I was 9 years old, I discovered reggae in the Bahamas. And at first, I really didn't know, I didn't really understand the lyrics. I was so young. But what I did understand was that it had a great feeling and a positive feeling, and it made you feel good. And it always talked about love, and it talked about, getting together and one world. And to me, that was beautiful. And that's the first thing I really understood about reggae.
Is that the message that you want to get across to, a positive vibe and stuff like that?
Oh, completely. I'm always trying to find a way to express some kind of positive message in my music. Although sometimes I'll have songs that may be, fun and other ways and telling maybe a darker story, there'll always be, at the end of the song, there'll always be a way to make it, lighthearted and positive. So.
Girls don't grow on trees. She helped me get my world intact.
So when you were young, you got your first guitar, you started to play, wanted to be a rock star, then you met Pharrell Williams at the age of 15. How was that for you at that moment?
It was crazy, I always looked up to Pharrell. The music he wrote with Justin Timberlake, that he would do, for the Neptunes and NERD. So for me, I was blown away. The way it happened was Pharrell's lived in Miami for about 10 years now. And I had a friend of a friend who somehow knew Pharrell. And I was very young at this time, recording music in my bedroom. He came to see me, and he's like, oh, you actually got your own style. He's like, you're so young, let me take you to meet Pharrell. He could give you great advice and point you in the right direction. So I was like, no way. I was like, yes. So long story short, went to the studio. I played him this little CD I made in my bedroom of just music I recorded myself. And he really enjoyed it. And from that day, we hit it on and hit it off and eventually started working together.
96.9.